To win a war, you need to attack at the enemy's crucial points. Same thing applies with the PT exam. You need to understand where to focus more, which ones are time wasters, what should be the overall strategy, the techniques, templates, everything what you need to succeed in the exam. So watch it till the end and let's find out the overall strategy and the techniques for the exam that will make you focus intensely to win this war. Hey everyone, this is Anurag here from Edutrainex PTE. I hope you all are doing great. I'm going to show you a very focused approach to prepare for the PT exam. Strategically, not tactically. You often focus on one area and then the other areas get affected easily. The understanding of the PT exam is like a designing of high-level strategy, like we call it Kootaniti, where you get the maximum benefits in the least amount of time. So like and subscribe, and if you need paid assistance, if you need the coaching for PT classes, you do WhatsApp us where we will provide you unlimited classes, app access, templates, prediction files, everything under one price. So in order to understand the exam first things you need to understand which areas and what things can help you get the maximum scores. Now, you see on the slide that listening is the key, and absolutely it is. 11 out of 20 modules in the PT academic exam are dependent on your listening skills. Same thing applies to PT core as well. 10 out of 19 modules. So more than 50% you can achieve in the exam if you perfect your listening skills. And listening skills requires repeated listening practice. So every day you have to listen to the podcast or whatever documentaries you can get hold of. We will shortly see the weightage and the mark distribution, everything I'm going to show you. So listening, as I said, it's very important. It's linked to your reading, writing and your speaking scores. So if you are doing well in the listening, almost 40% marks can be achieved in speaking, and same around 40 to 50 marks in writing can be achieved only from the listening module. So that's how much important listening is. Now you know the key. How you have to improve is you have to practice every single day. And we offer two types of YouTube membership. In YouTube Priority, we offer you the prediction files, the latest exam repeated questions. You can become a member and you can get access to it. Whereas in the VIP, we not only give you the prediction files, we give you the templates, the spelling list for listening, and many more benefits. So depending on how much you want to spend, you can get these benefits. Of course, it will be important in your exam preparation. Now, coming to the main slide, this is where you want to look at. See, what I told you related to listening is these are the questions, and some of them are from the speaking module as well, like repeat sentence, retell lecture, even answer short question is also dependent on your listening, but it does not weigh that much. You see, summarize spoken text 10 to 20 points for listening as well as 10 to 20 points for writing depending on how many questions you are getting. Same thing with the listening fill in the blanks. Equal amount is also contributed to your writing. And write from dictation is one of the heavyweights. Even though you only get 3 to 4 questions, depending on how many questions you get, it can contribute 30 to 40 marks for your listening and to your writing. So don't mess up, don't miss this particular question, which is right at the end of the exam. A repeat sentence is equally important, very similar to write from dictation, but in this you have to repeat the sentence. Again, listening and speaking, it contribute marks in both the places. Retell lecture and respond to situation, which is correspondingly appearing in academic and core exam, can give you 5 to 10 points again for listening and speaking both. And then the last one is highlight incorrect words, which is also a listening activity, listening task, but it also gives you marks for reading as well. So if you didn't realize that you are also getting some boost for reading module from your listening section. Another key aspect is in the exam is that you realize that speaking is also important. Why? Because as I said, you already saw speaking is linked with listening module. Speaking is also linked to your reading module. Read aloud. This question alone can give you 30 to 40 marks for reading as well as for speaking. Now, we did an experiment in the past. We only attempted the speaking questions, skipped the rest. We still got roughly 40 points for reading module. So that's how much it can contribute to your reading scores. Take this task very, very seriously. Don't try to use any foolish or tigdam-based strategies. Do the full strategy. One-liner may work, may not work. If you want to find out more about what happens and what scenarios you can get in the read aloud, I have made a video very recently in the cheat code related to the read aloud, explaining all scenarios there. So in this, what you need to focus on basically is to have a natural speed. Don't rush too much, but don't slow down as well too much. I told you in my recent videos related to the 6 new rules of PT speaking is that you need to speed up a little bit so that you sound more confident. But it doesn't mean that you have to say it like a bullet train. And this is one of the most important thing. No hesitation, no stutters, no slow speed like this, no ahs. Speak with a purpose, speak with some energy. This is the first question in the exam, right? Read aloud. You have a lot of energy. So put there, show it that you are capable of cracking. And also it will give you a lot of confidence, motivation for continuing the whole 2-hour exam. Content, low priority, which I say you can skip 4 to 5 words in the question, in the read aloud question, and then you can still get full marks for reading as well as for speaking section. Now coming to the question related to templates, and in the next slide I'll show you the full breakdown of which questions can contribute how much and where you need to focus more. So can templates still get you 79 plus score? The simple answer is yes and no. Okay, so if you over rely on the templates to write the majority things for you, then that means those essay templates or the SST templates are not going to give you 79 plus score. However, if you just use a structure based template like we have shared for essays and SSTs, and then half of it you are writing from your side, showing your potential, showing your proficiency in writing, those templates can work out well for you. They have been working for our students. They are getting 79 plus scores using the same templates we have shared on the YouTube. But never ever you have to use any template that is asking you to just put topic, 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 or just keyword, keyword, keywords. Those kind of templates will not work. So if you still didn't know, the templates are mainly used for these questions: essay, summarize, spoken text, retell lecture, and describe image. Everywhere you need to improvise. You have to stop using pre-memorized templates, one keyword templates. All those templates will not work. Okay, I've shared elaborate videos on each of these topics on my channel. You can just search for it, see the latest one. You will get all the strategies and the templates which are working in the exam. Now, as I promised you, I am going to show you the top most contributing modules of the exam. Look at it. Read aloud, 40 points. Write from dictation, roughly 40 points. And now this is the maximum marks. Okay, I'm not giving you a range like I showed you before. This is the maximum marks potential. Okay, so if you get lesser questions, it will be giving you lesser marks. But this is the maximum marks, 40 points. Up to 40 points you can get from write from dictation and read aloud. Now, as I told you, you all know that reading, writing, listening, speaking, 90, 90, 90, 90 is the distribution, right? So in total 360 points. And just listening alone can get you 180 points, as I showed to you in the previous slide. 40 points it contributes to your writing as well, 40 to 50 points. And then how much listening is also 40 points. So that's how much you can achieve if you perfect your listening. Of course, speaking is also involved there. So yes, in total it's an integrated exam. That's why it's designed like that. So one module, one question can contribute to different sections. Then repeat sentence is also very important, 35 points. Reading, fill in the blanks. Reading, writing, fill in the blanks, 25 marks. Reading, fill in the blanks only for reading. Whereas reading, writing, fill in the blanks, it gives you marks for writing as well. So this is where also you get a boost to your writing scores. And listening, fill in the blanks, I already showed you, up to 15 points for your listening and writing. And then come the topics which are not so important but can be easily achieved using a template and the technique that we show it to you. Summarize written text, only 7 points. You can use the copy paste technique, and then you can also use a template. Both are working fine at this point of time in the exam. Describe image, retell lecture, although they are not carrying heavy marks, but what happens is these two are monitored by the manual people, right? Manual checks. It's monitored for that. So, and if you try to rely on the pre-memorized templates, too many wording templates, not saying your own things or relevant things, then these will be marked for manual checks and straight away they will give you a 0. So this diminishes, destroys your score in speaking. So don't do that, avoid that. Essays, per essay you are getting 15 points and summarize spoken text 10 points. Even for writing email, which is a core topic, roughly 15 to 16 points you are getting for the emails, 15-16 points. And then those points are totally added and converted out of 90. So this is what I am showing you here may not exactly replicate to a 90 score. because if you keep on adding, then you may exceed 90, and that's how it's rounded up. Okay, so but this is the mark distribution. Topmost contributing module, this is where you need to focus. Mainly these areas you have to focus, and these areas you have to capitalize using the templates. Make it perfect, no grammar mistakes, using the techniques, using the words I'm sharing with you. Now the next thing, how do you practice? That is also important. Now we always want to do it in the least amount of time because of the pressures we have from universities or the migration agents. So you have to kill it in one arrow. So you practice multiple tasks together. So read aloud when you are practicing will also give you a practice for reading. So when you are reading articles from the websites like sciencedaily.com, then you are reading it, comprehending it, understanding it, and then 1 or 2 paragraphs you are also reading verbally aloud. So that will give you a practice for both improving your reading skills as well as your read aloud. Both are very, very important for the exam. And whenever you practice for repeat sentence, do the same thing for write from dictation. Very, very similar question. In one thing you have to speak, in the other thing you have to write. So why waste time? One audio, repeat it, and then also write it down. Or you can randomize it. One question, repeat sentence, one write from dictation. It doesn't matter that which questions you are practicing from. You can do any question from repeat sentence. Also, you can practice for write from dictation. So you have to practice it both at the same time. And then retell lecture, respond to situation, and summarize spoken text can be practiced together. Retell lecture and summarize spoken text is very, very similar question. Again, one thing is different. In this you have to speak, in this you have to write. So with one lecture, you already are making notes for this. When you finish speaking, then also write it down. So that will give you double practice for these 2 areas, and another 3 to 4 modules already covered. Now, whenever you are practicing the reading fill in the blanks and reading writing fill in the blanks, you do it together as well, because similar techniques will be involved. Vocabulary, collocation, grammar, and context will be involved there, and this is also linked to the reading practice. So please keep working on your reading skills so that you become a better reader, you become a fast reader, and you are able to understand the text very, very quickly. So what happens sometimes in the exam, they will give you a very big passage and only 1, 2, or 3 blanks. But sometimes it still requires for you to understand the context. If it is a context-based question, you still need to read the whole passage, and reading this such a big passage can waste a lot of time. So unless you are not quick, you will destroy a lot of time there. You will waste a lot of time there. So that's why I keep asking you to improve your reading skills as well. And whenever you are practicing essays or email, then you can also do the practice for summarized written text. Just a few practice for summarized written text is enough. And then essays will require, email will require for you to perfect your grammar techniques. For our live class students, we make them perfect. We have a very sure shot technique which can guarantee that you are not making any grammar mistakes. Whatever phrases you are writing, how longer phrases you are writing, we do have a technique. But of course, it is exclusive to our live class students. We also have shared free strategies on essays, emails in the past, so you can have a look at them as well. Now, the next important thing is something you don't have to leave behind. I keep telling you the importance of grammar and vocabulary. Now, I told you where you can improve is grammar videos that we share, vocabulary videos, playlists that we have on vocabulary and spelling separately. But if you want to get more than that, then you need to join one of the memberships that we offer, VIP or Priority. VIP will have the vocabulary list for the reading, all the questions and the words that are appearing in the exam right now. So we update it on a monthly basis, and it is available for the VIP members. Whereas for Priority members, you still get the repeated questions and some exclusive videos as well. So all the questions, all the words you still get, but you have to do it on your own. So reading fill in the blanks does require a lot of grammar. I've shown you n number of videos on YouTube how you can easily use grammar techniques to get the correct answer, and then you just shortlist it down, and then you find the context or meaning to find the correct answer. Same thing, reading, writing, fill in the blanks. Oh, don't ask me so many questions nowadays with multiple words. Those are actually grammar based questions. And usage of conjunctions is also evident in reading, writing, fill in the blanks. A lot of them do have grammar. And of course, vocabulary is important, because sometimes if you don't understand the word meanings, you will not know what to do with those questions. So please work on your vocabulary skills as well. For VIP members who have access to the whole vocabulary list, around 900 words, current exam repeated words, you have to start at the beginning. So by the end of 1 month or whatever your duration of preparation is, by the time you know most of the words that are coming in the exam, and then when you see it, you will know what to do. Essays and emails of course requires grammar, because otherwise you will continue to make grammatical mistakes. You won't know where to use articles, how to use prepositions, and that's where it's all becomes a mess. So grammar, you think only 2 points for grammar, but grammar, if you write it very badly and if the text is not making sense to the AI, which is a computer program, then it will also decrease the marks for other areas, for content and vocabulary, because the content is not making sense for it. So indirectly they are related. So don't just think that if I continue making full of grammar mistakes, I will just lose 2 points out of 15 for essays. That's not the case. You will lose a lot more points. Same thing for summarize spoken text. Okay, so you just use a structure-based template and write phrases to complete your response. Again, you require grammar and vocabulary. Why I say you, if you know more words, when you hear them, you will know what the meaning of the word is, what the spelling of the words is. The step number 7 is spellings. Very important, and many students lose easy points because of spellings. Now, you only need 2 things to perfect your spellings in the exam, and see how many questions are dependent on your spellings. Mainly listening, fill in the blanks, right from dictation as well, depends on your spellings as well. Because earlier you were able to use the extra word strategies, you were writing a lot of words, several combinations. Now you can't. So you have to write minimal amount of extra words, 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 maximum. So you can't try all the variations of spellings that you think. Listening is of course important, so you have to continue improving your listening skills, and then we give the spelling list to our live class students, and also you can get it via YouTube membership. Priority or VIP will have a list extracted for you. In the priority, where you get the prediction file, you need to find it yourself. Okay, so essays and emails, again, sometimes people take the challenging mode, the daring mode. Okay, I have to use some good words, and unknowingly they make spelling mistakes. Also, you need to keep aside some time for essays and emails in the end to review your responses. Sometimes while typing you can mistype it unknowingly, so just double check. Spelling errors have to be reduced. It is very strict in the exam. 1 mistake, 1 point gone, 2 mistake, both points gone. And spelling will impact 100% impact your content score and your vocabulary score, because when you write wrong spellings, the AI don't understand what you have written, and you lose points for the content part because the keywords that you have written is not understandable. Same thing for summarize spoken text. Write what you heard properly and what you know the spellings of. Don't try to challenge yourself in the exam. Take a defensive mode and only write the words that you know 100% spelling wise they are correct. And on top of it, you also need to make it grammatically accurate. So there is a very special video on summarize spoken text. I'll put the link in the description and you can watch that. How to use the templates, how to use the structure and expand it. The next most important thing that you guys do and you guys commit mistakes is, sir, I'm getting 80 marks here, I'm getting 60 marks here on this AI, on that app, and then what happens in the exam is totally different. So that is why we tell you that, see, all the companies, they are just trying to match what the Pearson is doing. If you are from the software or IT world, you will understand that no 2 programs are same. So Pearson, what they have is something different to what the other companies have, including us. I'm not denying that. So they are not 100% accurate in terms of what exactly the PT exam scores will give you. So if you want to improve, if you want to get the feedbacks, the best thing is that you get a tutor or someone experienced, or even join us for paid classes. We continuously give our students feedbacks, and we have seen students improving from 50 to 79 in speaking. So that's the power of expert feedback, because we can pinpoint your mistakes and tell you exactly which no AI can tell you. They can just give you fair ideas, but still students are puzzled. I still don't know what am I doing mistakes. Okay, so we have improved it for hundreds of students. So expert feedback is very important. And if you really want to judge yourself, what scores will I get in the exam for speaking, writing, whatever module you do, what you do is official mock test. So official mock test is something that is offered by the Pearson itself. It's a paid test, but it is very, very cheaper as compared to the main exam. Okay, it's just a fractional cost of it. So you have to do that so that you can check there, and these will give you a very accurate picture for your all the modules, how you are scoring. Especially for speaking, don't use a laptop mic or any Bluetooth mic. You have to use a corded mic like a Logitech one. So you can plug it in the USB. That will give the AI clear sound, and it will not give you unbalanced scores. So this is a very cheaper alternative as compared to the main exam. What people do, some people do is they just keep on booking the exam, giving the exam, and then thinking someday a miracle will happen and I will clear the exam. But if you really want to invest money, just check it here, get the expert feedback, improve yourself. That is the cycle you need to repeat. And then you book the exam when you see everything fulfilling your criteria or at least close to your desired scores. That means you will be ready at that point of time, and these are the things you need to do it in a fair amount of time, in a balanced way, in a strategic way that will help you to clear the PT exam with fair amount of success. Now, I have been getting comments from YouTube just by watching my videos from the YouTube. Many people are already reaching their target score. See one of the comments that I just received yesterday. So that's the power of the techniques that we are teaching to you. You don't have to just rely on any of the templates or any shortcut techniques. Just learn English. That's it. And also we give you a lot of goodies in terms of membership that I told you, vocabulary list, spelling list, making it much more crackable for you. If you want to become members, you know what to do. And if you need paid assistance, live classes, do WhatsApp us and we will help you. And if you haven't watched the video on a real story of a girl who managed to crack the exam after the 15th attempt when she joined us, she managed to crack it in the 16th attempt. Very inspiring story that will motivate some of you. Keep watching Edutrainex, and I'll soon be back with another interesting topics related to PT exam. See you soon.